Hello everyone, my name is Nidhi Chauhan. I'm assistant professor in Suresh Gandhi School of Pharmacy. Today in this pharmaceutical organic chemistry, we are going to study about the conjugated dyes and some of the reactions, chemical reactions of alkanes, which were left in the previous topic. So the learning object. So the learning object of this topic is was a study about the chemical reaction of alkene. Here we are going to study about the alkene, how alkene is reacting with the other reagents and forming a different products. And also we are going to learn about or study about the dyes, what are dyes, how what are its properties. So here this is the learning objective. Next is your student outcome. What will student understand from this topic? Uh, from this topic, the student will going to know about the product formed from this alkene, how it is reacting with the reagents, with the base, and at how much temperature. And secondly, he is going to know about the dyes, their functions, their properties, their types, their nomenclatures, their stability. Next, the first reaction of the chemical reaction. The first known ninth reaction of this alkene, chemical reaction of alkene is ozonolysis. Means here the ozone is going to react with the alkene, and there is a lysis of this ozone molecule. The ozone here going to break off when it will react with the alkene, and it will form a product. Here, firstly, when ozone is passed through a solution of an alkene in an inert solvent, inert solvent here we have used the chloroform, or we can use the carbon tetrachloride at low temperature. So here the temperature should be low, and in this case there will be a reaction by addition and addition on the carbon-carbon double bond of the alkene, and first an unstable intermediate. Firstly, there is a formation of unstable molecule, that is your molozonide. After that, there is a formation of your molozonide isomerized, spontaneous isomerizes to give the ozonide. So here the ozone is reacting with the ozone is reacting with the alkene in the in your inert solvent, in the presence of inert solvent, and the inert solvent that we are using are chloroform or the carbon tetrachloride, and the temperature should be low, and there is a addition across this carbon-carbon double bond. So the carbon-carbon double bond of this alkene is going to react with the ozone, and there firstly the product formed will be an unstable intermediate, that will be a molozonide, and after that there is a spontaneously isomerizes of this ozonide, the formation of another product, that is your ozonide, and this ozonide is decomposes. This ozonide is decomposes in the presence of a zinc, and there is a formation of carbonyl compound. Carbonyl compounds are the compounds that are having the CO group or functional group on it. And the CO functional groups contains compounds are the aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acids. So here the ozone is decomposes in the ozonite is decomposes in the presence of zinc. After that, there is a formation of your carbonyl compound. So in this reaction, you can see here that when alkene is reacting with this ozonite, and this is a reversible reaction. And after that, this ozonite, this ozone will react with the alkene, and there is a formation of ozonite, and there is after that there is a formation of your carbon. see here the functional group CO are present. And oxygen is carrying the two pair of lone pair. Next is the mechanism of ozonolysis of alkene. So here the mechanism of ozonolysis of alkene is shown. So in the first step, you can see here that the ozone can be written like that also. And here the carbon has the first carbon of this ozone has withdrawn electron from the second carbon of the ozone, and that is why the ozone is carrying the negative charge plus a lone pair also, third lone pair also, and the second oxygen lone pair is having the positive charge. So here the alkene also undergo this ionization. So the firstly this carbon left side on the left side of this carbon will withdraw electron. Sorry, it will release electron to the right side of the carbon, and the right side of the carbon will contain the the negative charge on it, and the left side of the carbon will contain the positive charge on it. So this positive carbon will react the negative charge of the oxygen, and there is a formation of bond, and this positive sign of this oxygen uh, this positive sign of the oxygen will also withdraw electron from this third oxygen, and there will be a positive charge on this, and this positive oxygen will react to the negative charge of this carbon. So there is a formation of this melanzonide structure. So here you can see this three molecule of this carbon will react to it. So here in the steps, first it is written as nucleophilic C double bond C bond attack the positive ozone O oxygen of ozone, while a second nucleophilic attack by the negative O take place at the other end of the carbon double bond. So here firstly the nucleophilic carbon double bond carbon means the carbon containing the negative charge will attack the positive charge of the oxygen, and secondly the negative charge of the oxygen will attack to the positive charge of the oxygen. So here the formation of the monazonide structure, you can see here that both the oxygen will attack to the alkene. Now in the step second, you can see the cyclic monazonide rearranges itself to ozonide. So here the cyclic monazonide that rearranges itself to form a ozonide. So here it is spontaneously isomerizes. It changes its place. So you can see here the that bond oxygen will carry the bond, carry the electrons from that oxygen, and negative will come, and that bond from the carbon-carbon bond will shift it to that position, and there will be a negative charge, and this oxygen will attack to this position. So here there is a formation of this ozonoid. Next, step 3. In step 3, you can see decomposition of the ozonide. Decomposition of the ozonide after the reductive workup resulting in 2 carbonyl group. So here there is a decomposition in this ozonide structure, and there is a reductive workup. Here this ozonide replaces and is converted into the 2 aldehyde, you can say, or you can say the 2 ketone, or you can say the 1 aldehyde or 1 ketone. It depends upon the alkyl group or the hydrogen attached to this alkene. So here you can see there is a breakage from the oxygen from this ozonide. So here the shifting of this electron is occurring. So here there is a formation of ketone, and the ketone, if the alkene contains 2 this alkyl group on both the carbon atom, then there is a formation of ketone molecule. If the alkene contain both carbon on this alkene contain the hydrogen atom, then there is a formation of aldehyde And if in case one carbon contains the alkyl group and the other contain the hydrogen, then there is a formation of aldehyde plus your ketone, because aldehyde formula is CHO and the ketone formula is CrCOR. So this is the mechanism of ozonolysis of alkene. Next is your polymerization reaction. So polymerization, where two or more alkenes join together to form new compounds which has several identical units. That reaction is called as polymerization. So in this polymerization, there is a formation of a new compound where there is a mixture of alkene. There is a mixture of this identical units, means alkene, more and more alkenes are joined together to form a new compound, and which has several identical units, and this reaction is known as polymerization. So in this reaction, the alkenes join together to form new compound which has several identical units. That reaction is called as polymerization. So in this, there is the addition of alkene and there is a loss of atom. That polymerization is called as addition polymerization. So where there is a loss of atom in the addition of alkene, this is called addition polymerization. So in this, we have taken the ethylene and we have taken here N molecules. In molecules of ethylene, you can say ethylene or ethene, and on this ethene is heated at 200 degrees centigrade in the presence of peroxide, and peroxide at 1500 to 2000 atmospheric pressure. After that, there is a formation of polyethylene. So here you can see this bond is breakage, and this bond, this unsaturated compound, your alkene, is forming a saturated compound, that is your alkane. And there is a chain of this molecule. NN means alkene, 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 alkene. They are breaking and they are forming a chain of this. Here you can see CH2 bond is breaking, and after that the other CH2 alkene molecule will attack to these positions, and then they will form a chain. This is polyethylene. Next is your last chemical reaction of this alkene is your oxymercuration and demercuration of alkene. So in oxymercuration or demercuration of alkene, you can see the mercuric acetate and water add to alkene, called as oxymercuration. In this, if the mercuric acid and water add to alkene, then it is known as oxymercuration. And if there is a reduction, if there is an oxidation, then that is known as oxymercuration. And if there is a reduction in this oxymercuration, then in the presence of sodium borohydride, then there is a formation of alcohol, and this reaction is known as demercuration. Means if mercuric acetate and water is adding to the alkene, then this is known as oxymercuration, and when there is a reduction in this oxymercuration, then there is a formation of that reaction is known as demercuration. So in this reaction, you can see we have taken an example of propene 1-ene, because the double bond is present on the first carbon atom, so its name is pro 1-ene. And here we have taken mercuric acetate. So mercuric acetate Hg within bracket OOCCH3, and there is a presence of water also. After that, there is a formation of product, and after that it get reduced, or you can say it get reduction in the presence of your sodium bromohydride, and there is a formation of your alcohol. So we are getting at last alcohol in this process. So The mechanism of this reaction is, so here the mechanism of this oxymercuration, demercuration is given. So in the first step, you can see here this mercuric acetate, we can write like this also. ACO, HG, AC. AC means here acetate. So here two molecules of acetates are joined or attached to this mercury. So here we have written AC for acetate. So here in step first, you can see the nucleophilic C double bond C bond attack the electrophilic mercury, and while acetate ion leaves while acetate ion leave as the living group forming the cyclic mercury. So here this mercuric ion is withdrawing the electron this from this position, and it is going to attach with this carbon atom. So both the carbon atom, the bond is breaking, but this Hg is attacking to the both the carbon atom. So there is a formation of your cyclic mercurium. So here the cyclic mercurium is formed, and acetate ion is left as it is. So here you can see in the step second, the nucleophilic attack on one of the carbon attached to Hg, resulting in the cleavage of CHG bond. So here from the water molecule, this water molecule then attack to the carbon, attack on the carbon that is attached to one of the carbon that is attached to the mercury. So mercury will there is a cleavage in the bond. There is a cleavage, the fusion, or there is a cleavage in the bond of this CHG and this water molecule and attack to the carbon atom. So here you can see this Hg will withdraw electron from here, and this carbon is having the is having the positive charge, and the water molecule oxygen is having the electron, so it will give its electron to this carbon. So here there is a formation of this oxonium ion. So oxonium ion, because the oxygen is containing the positive charge, that is why it is known as oxonium ion. So in this step 3, you can see that the deprotonation of the oxonium ion by the base acetate ion to give the alcohol from the oxymercuration part. So this now the left acetate ion is now is taking the H from this hydrogen molecule that is attached to this oxonium as attached to this carbonium that is attached to the sulfuric mercurium. So here after that there is a formation of the acetic acid, and here the alcohol from oxymercuration is formed. So here you can see here after that the H is withdrawn by this acetate ion, there is a formation of your alcohol. Now in step 4, you can see here, now there is a reduction. There will be a reduction in this oxymercuration. So here we are taking sodium bromohydride. So treatment with sodium bromohydride replaces the acetoxy mercury by a hydrogen bond, thereby creating a new carbon hydrogen bond while breaking the carbon mercury bond, resulting in the final alcohol product. So here the alcohol from oxymercuration is reacting with this sodium bromohydrate, and there is a removal of this mercury acetate. After the removal of this mercury acetate, there is a formation of our final product, that is your alcohol. Now in the next reaction. Now, next topics are dienes. So, what are dienes? So, dienes are simply alkenes that contains two carbon-carbon double bond, and therefore they have essentially the same properties are in the alkenes, and shall say applied equally well to compounds with more than two double bonds. And the dienes, the name itself is itself explaining that it should have the two double bond in this alkene and two double bond in the carbon carbon on the carbon carbon, and there these dienes having the same properties that of the alkenes, and we can apply it also equally to the compounds with more than two double bonds. So here, secondly, the nomenclature of alkenes. So how they are named, these dienes. So dienes are named by the IUPAC system in the same way as alkenes. Um, um, like alkenes, we are naming the dienes also similarly according to the IUPAC system, so except that the ending diene is used. But in case of alkene, we are using kene, but in case of diene, we are using a diene at the last, with two number of indicate the position of the two double bond. This system is easily extended to compound containing any number of double bond. So here example is given. You can see here that a compound is given, that is one double bond CH2 CH double bond CH2. So its name is 1,3-butadiene. So either you number it from the right position or from the left position. Uh, uh, you can from the right side we are taking. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the first position the double bond is there, and on the third position there is a double bond, so its name is 1,3-butadiene because here two double bonds are present. That is why we named it butadiene. So in the second structure, you can see that it is a 5 carbon atom compound and a molecule, and here we can name it 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can see here on the first carbon there is a double bond, and on the fourth carbon there is a double bond. So its name is 1,4-pentadiene. So in the third, that is your CH2, CH, 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 CH2. You can see it is a 6 carbon atom molecule, and there are 3 double bonds. So here we can name it hexatriene because 3 double bonds are there. So dienes are divided into 3 class. Here you can see the dienes are divided into 3 class. Important class according to the arrangement of double bond as below are the A, that is your double bond that alternates with single bond are said to be conjugated dienes. So here if there is an alternation in the double bond, means double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, and that molecules are known as your conjugated dienes. Secondly, if the double bond that are separated by more than one single bond, they are known as isolated. So in this, if the compounds they are separated by, if there is a two single bond or two sigma bonds are there, they are known as isolated double bonds. And the third last class is your dienes, that is having increasing interest of organic chemists contain cumulated double bond. These compounds are also known as allenes. So here there is no space between the um, bond, and these are known as cumulated double bonds, and they're also known as allenes. So here we have studied that the dienes are divided into 3 class, and according to their double bond attached to the carbon carbon on the carbon carbon atom. So here the first one was your conjugated. In conjugated, there should be an alternation between a double bond and a single bond. Secondly, there is a isolated. There should be separated by more than two more than one single bond. They should be double, then single, then double, and or you can take one more also single bond. And third, the third class of diene of increasing interest of organic chemists, that is your cumulated double bond. In this, the compounds are known as allenes. So in this, they are not having any space in between, and they are they are also known as allenes because there is no space between them, there should be no space between them. So here these are known as cumulative double bonds. Next are your conjugated and non-conjugated. As I have discussed in the last slide, the conjugated and non-conjugated. So the if di 2 and ene is your double bond, then dienes are two double bonds. If double bonds are separated by one single bond, they are called conjugated, and their orbital interact, and the conjugated dienes 2 for heptadiene has property that are very different from those of the non-conjugated diene. So here you can see the double bond are on the alternate position, that are the conjugate diene, and the non-conjugated there is having more than one single bond, that is your non-conjugated dienes. Next, first reaction is your Diel-Alder reaction. So in your Diel-Alder reaction, you can see the Diel-Alder reaction converts a diene, an unsaturated hydrocarbon that contains two double bonds between carbon atom, and an alkene that is usually electron poor and is also known as dienophile, into a six-membered ring containing an alkene, that is your cyclohexene compound. So here you can see the Diel-Alder reaction, that is converting a diene, means here are two double bond, that is your conjugated diene. Plus we are taking also dienophile. Dienophile is your alkene that is containing one hydrogen, one double bond, and it is also electron poor, and it is also known as dienophile. And after that it is converted into a cyclohexene, that is your alkene, and that is a ring compound, cyclic compound, that is a cyclic compound. So here you can see in this reaction, the numbering is given here in the Diel-Alder reaction, both of the diene and on the dienophile. So bond formed and bond breakage. You can see here on the first C1 and the C5. C1 and the C5 will react with them, and there is a breakage on the C1 and C2. If this pi bond will broke, and it will form a single bond. And after that, there is a bond formation on C2 and C3. There is a formation of bond, which is your double bond. This double bond, when shifted, you can see here on the first carbon, if it is the C positive and the second one is your C negative, and this fifth will be your C positive, and sixth carbon is your C positive. Then the negative and the positive will interact with each other, and there is a bond formation. C1 and C5 bond will formed, and this C2 it is having the positive charge, and the C3 is having the negative charge, and the C4 is having the positive charge. So this negative and positive will form a bond. There is a formation of bond on this C2 and C3, and after that this positive C4 will react with this sixth carbon, which is having the negative charge on it. So there is a formation of bond on the C4 and the C6 carbon. So here you can see there is a bond breakage on the C5 and the C6, and there is a formation of bond C4 and the C6. After that, the cyclohexene is formed, and the cyclohexene, you can see the bond formed on the second carbon atom and the third carbon atom. So in the mechanism also you can see here the bond are shifting from this position, and there is a formation on the second carbon atom. So here you can see the Diel-Alder reaction of a cyclic dienophile. Here diene when reacting with a dienophile with maleic anhydride. We have taken here the example of maleic anhydride, and there is a formation of Diel-Alder product. So here you can see again there is a bond formation, and between the C1 and the C5, and yes, C5, and You can see according to the stereochemistry, this H that are present on the sixth and the fifth position of this carbon, they are away from us. That is why they are shown by the wedge structure. So these the dial-alder reactions usually thermodynamically favorable due to the conversion of two pi bonds into a two stronger sigma bonds. So here the pi bonds are breaking into the two sigma bonds, and one sigma bond is forming into a pi bond. So again, there we have shown here the two pi bonds that are formed from the breakage of this two pi bonds. Next, the normal dial-alder reaction is favored by electron withdrawing group on the electrophilic dienophile and by electron donating group on the nucleophilic diene. So here these are the dienes and these are the dienophiles. The dienophiles are electrophilic and the dienes are electron donating. That are the yes, they are the electron donating groups. So here some of the structures are shown here. Now the dial-alder reaction is stereospecific. You can see here a cis dienophile gives cis substituent in the product. So here both these are the cis, and these there is a structure they gives a cis substituent. So here this wedge structure shows that it is on the plane. Benzene structure is on the plane, and this CO2Me, that is your acetate, that is on that side of that is away from us. The wedge structure shows that the CO2Me is away from us, and the trans dienophile give trans substituents in the product. So here the trans shows that the CO2Me is away from us and CO2Me is in is nearer to us, and this is away from us. So cis are the molecules that is having the that are having the same groups are on the same plane. So here in cis you can see the CO2Me are on the same side. Here both of them are on the same side and this hydrogen are on the same side. But in trans, this one CO2Me on this side and this CO2Me on this side. So this is your trans substituent. So if the diene substituent have the same stereochemistry, here they are both E, then more diene substituent end up on the same phase of the product. So here, if they are having the same stereochemistry, then they are ending up, the product is also the same. They are also having the same stereochemistry as we have told in the cis and the trans. If the diene substituents have opposite stereochemistry, if they are on the opposite, then then the one is your E and the other one is your Z. Then the diene substituents end up on the opposite face of the product. So one will be on the other side and the one attached molecule will be on the other side. Now next is your electrophilic addition reaction of conjugated diene. So here this diene with electrophilic reagents like halo acids gives electrophilic addition reaction. So there will be a addition of the electrophile on this dienes, and electrophilic reagents like your halo acids. Halo acid means halogen acid. So here one will act as an electrophile and the other will act as a nucleophile. So the conjugated dienes undergo addition reaction in a similar manner to simple alkene, but two modes of additions are possible. Here two types of reactions are possible. One will be your major, and the one will be your 1,2 addition and the second will be your 1,4 addition. So here we have taken the example of 1,3-butadiene, that is your conjugated diene. When it is reacting with this halo acid, that is your Br2, then there will be a ionization. One will be your positive Br and the other will be your negative Br. One will withdraw electron from the other Br. So here there will be a formation of two products. Here it can be a 1,2 addition, means the Br molecule will add it to the 1,2 position of this carbon atom, or it will add to the 1,4 position of the carbon atom. So in case of first, you can see if the first carbon atom, this carbon will withdraw electron from this carbon, then this first carbon will contain the negative side, and the second will contain the positive side. So the positive of the Br will attack to the negative position of the carbon, and the negative of the Br will attack to the positive carbon atom. So there is a formation of 1,2 addition. So the product formed will be the 3,4-dibromo 1-butene. And in case of second, if there is a if there is a ionization, then the first carbon will contain the positive, then the second will contain the negative positive. And in case of third and fourth carbon atom, the first will be a positive, and the third will be a positive, and the fourth will be a negative. So the positive will attack the fourth carbon atom, and the positive will attack the first carbon atom. So here there is a formation of 1,2 addition, and the product form will be 1,4-dibromo 2-butene. So here one more product is one more example is also given, the conjugated dienes. Here you can see the conjugated diene, the Br is reacting, and there will be two products. One will be a 1,2-bromo product, and the second will be 1,4 product. So in this, when conjugated dienes, this is the mechanism of this. This is mechanism of this, and see here conjugated diene is reacting with this bromine halo acid, and there is a intermediate step, and this bromo is breaking. This double bond is breaking, and there is a attachment of this bromo, and this bromo. After that, it will withdraw electron from here, and it will and this positive will attack to this carbon atom, which is having the negative charge. You can see here this carbon will have the positive carbocation. So here you can see there is a allylic carbocation intermediate, or here you can see this positive, this will withdraw electron from here. There is a negative charge, and this negative and positive will form a bond here. So here, and this is your intermediate. After that, this Br, it can be this form also, this form also. The Br can attack to this position also, this Br negative, or it can attack to this position also. This is an intermediate, carbocation intermediate form. So here there is a 1,2 addition also, and the 1,4 addition also. This intermediate will show this step. So here Br attacking to this carbon atom, which is having the positive. Here Br is attacking to this carbon atom, which is having the positive charge, and the products formed will be 1,2 product or the 1,4 product. So here you can see here the reaction, most stable carbocation and the least stable carbocation. So 1,2 addition will be a least stable alkene, and the second 1,4 addition will be a most stable alkene. So you can see this is according to the thermodynamic product, and in this case the major product can be controlled with temperature. The major can be controlled with your temperature, that will be a more stable. At low temperature, the reaction is irreversible, and the lowest energy transition state will determine the major product addition to the carbon best able to stabilize positive charge, that which will stabilize the positive charge. This is your kinetic control. Secondly, in higher temperature, the reaction is reversible. Reaction can be reversed. So this will in this, the product distribution will favor the more stable product and the more substituted alkene. And this is known as thermodynamic control. Or your thermodynamic, and the product form will be a thermodynamic product. Now, what will be the major product form? Predominantly 1,2 or 1,4. So here the formation of product will depend on firstly the stability of carbocation. So according to the addition of proton, which is according to your Markovits rule, the stable carbocation will be formed at the more substituted carbon atom. Means the carbon which is having the more substitution, that will be the stable carbocation. Secondly, rate of reaction. So the energy of activation for the formation of 1,2 product is lower and hence formed faster. However, equilibrium is less favored. So here 1,4 product require higher activation energy, but favors equilibrium also. Third will be your reaction temperature. Here you can see the kinetic product is product which appear first in reaction, but the stable product is the thermodynamic product. So 1,2 addition, 1,2 product is formed. 1,2 product is formed. 1,2 product is formed first at lower temperature, but rearranges to 1,4 product at high temperature, and they will be standing for some time even at low temperature. So here reagents that should be used should be use of excess of reagent result in 1,4 product. So here reaction is given same, that HX, here H will act as a positive, X will act as a negative, and it will attack to the 1,2 addition or the 1,4 addition. Next, free radical addition reaction of conjugated drying. So here HBr is acting as a free radical and the ion here shown is the initiator. So in this case, the initiator will firstly got homolytic fission, and after then they are reacting to the double bonds. So here conjugated dienes also undergo addition reaction by radical chain mechanism. Here the addition product almost always be the 1,4 adduct, and the radical addition of hydrogen bromides form 1,3-butadiene, which gives 1,4,1-bromo-2-butene. So here you can see the initiation. This reagent will in reagent the homolytic fission will occur. Then after that they are reacting to this reactant. So here there is a formation of this 1-bromo-2-butene. Next is your allylic rearrangement. So in your allylic compounds are those which have the functional group on a carbon atom alpha to an olefinic bond. So here on the alpha carbon atom, there should be a functional group present that are known as allylic compound. So allenes are also called as olefins because they form oily liquids on reaction with chlorine gas. If they are reacting with the chlorine gas, then they are giving the oily liquids, and the alkene consists of at least one double bond. Here the alkene should have the one double bond, and this double bond is known as olefinic bond. So in this case, in alicyclic, allylic, there should be a double bond on this, and on the alpha position of the carbon atom, there should be one functional group attached. Next, the double bond and the functional group in these compounds undergo acid or base catalyzed migration to form a new bond. So here, if this is your reaction, then there is the compound will undergo your acidic or the base migration. So here you can see when this H positive is reacting, then there is a formation of this. It will take the H from this H2O, and there is a formation of OH on the another carbon atom. This H is adding to here, and the double bond formation is in here. So here the product is formed this alpha methyl alcohol, and this alpha methyl allyl, now the chloride, when it is reacting with this ethyl alcohol, then there is a formation of this 3-ethoxybutene, or there is a formation of 1-ethoxybutene 2. Now mechanism. In this you can see a nucleophilic substitution reaction, which may be a SN1 and the SN2. So here in case of this, this is your intermediate step. So here the ethyl alcohol is attacking according to the SN1 product, and the second one will be your rearranged product. Now the questions. Firstly, identify the addition reaction which is not undergone by the alkene. First is your mercuration, second is your oxymercuration, third is your hydrobromation, and D is your halogenation. So what will be your addition reaction that is not undergone by the alkene? So the answer will be mercuration. Because oxymercuration is also done, hydroboration is your hydroboration is your reduction of this oxymercuration, and halogenation also occur in the alkene. Second question is your ethylene on reaction with bromine form which product among the following products? So in case of this, Br CH2 CH2 Br, or your Br CH2 CH2 Br, Br2 CH CH Br2, or your Br2 CH CH Br. So on ethylene, when reacting with this bromine, so what will be the product form? The product should be A, because the double bond will break. The double bond will break after that, and there is a formation of single bond. But in case of D, you can see here also that here it is shown that the Br should be 2, but the Br already is 2 to Br is attached. No, in case of ethylene, there should be only 2 Br should be attacked on one position of the one carbon atom and on the other carbon atom. Next, when propene react with HBr in the presence of peroxide. So in case of this, when propene is reacting with this HBr in presence of peroxide, it will give allyl bromide, isopropyl bromide, N-propyl bromide, and 1 bromopropane. So answer should be D, 1 bromopropane. Find the maximum stability diene. Which is the maximum stable diene? It is your conjugated diene. Conjugated diene because there is occurring a resonance on it. But in case of cumulative and isolated, there is no resonance because there is a space in case of isolated, and in cumulative, there is no occurring because there is no space between the double bond. Identify the incorrect statement regarding iodine. These are acyclic acids, these are unsaturated hydrocarbons. These compounds have only one carbon-carbon double bond, all of the above. Answer is C. They are having 2 carbon-carbon double bonds in them. Sorry, incorrect. So they are having only 1 carbon double bond because the 1 carbon-carbon double bonds is carried by the alkene. They are acyclic also, they are unsaturated hydrocarbons also, and they carry the 2 double bonds also. Next is your dienes are classified in how many types? How many types of dienes are there? Option is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the answer is your 3 types. 3 types of dienes are there: conjugated dienes, isolated dienes, and the cumulative dienes, or you can say that allenes. Identify the one which is a perfect example of isolated dienes. So the example of your isolated dienes. Option A is 1,4-pentadiene, option B is 1,2-pentadiene, and option C is your 1,3-pentadiene, option D is your 1,5-butadiene. So the answer is your A, 1,4-pentadiene is the perfect example of your isolated diene. So isolated dienes, there is a presence of 2 sigma bonds. Now the 8, the conjugated dienes react with which among the following to form a cyclohexene? A is your phenol, B is your dienophile, C is your hexane, D is your tribromophenane. So which is the example? Which is your cyclohexene? On which is acting as a reactant to form a cyclohexane? So the dienophile. Dienophile is reacting with the diene to form a cyclic structure of a double bond, that is your cyclohexene. Next, which among the following dienes undergo addition with the help of radical chain mechanism? So in the radical chain mechanism, diene is forming what? Diene is forming conjugated dienes. Dienes here forms conjugated dienes. Now the 10th is your molecule in which more than single bond separates 2 double bonds. in which case there is in which case the two double bonds are separated by the two single bonds, or more than the two single bonds. Coordinate bond, isolated bond, cumulative double bond, conjugated double bond. So answer is your D, isolated bond. These are the references from where you can study this topic. Thank you so much.